On 1801,
In 1943 to 1944,
on 1822,
in 1937,
on 1958,
in 1990,
1976,
in 1999,
from 1947 to 1948.
antivirus software is
Corsair,
AI.
Accurate
Icon, ISP,
PDFs,
QR code.
podcast.
On 1801, Jacquard's loom was invented by Joseph Marie Jacquard. Jacquard loom is a loom that uses punch wooden cards to automatically weave fabric designs. On 1822, Charles Babbage, an English mathematician, invented an analytical engine together with Lady Ada Lovelace. Analytical engine is a steam-driven calculating machine that enables to compute tables of numbers.
in 1937, the machine was built by Iowa State College mathematics and physics professor John Vincent Atanasoff, with the help of graduate student Clifford Berry. It was designed only to solve system of linear equation and was successfully tested in 1942. However, its intermediate result storage mechanism, a paper card writer-reader, was not perfected, and when John Vincent Atanasoff left Iowa State College for World War II assignments, work on the machine was discontinued. In 1943 to 1944, two University of Pennsylvania professors, John Munchley and J. Prosper Eckert, built the electronic numerical integrator and calculator ENIAC, the first programmable general-purpose electronic digital computer built during World War II by the United States. American physicist John Munchley, American engineer J. Prosper Eckert Jr., and their colleagues at the Moore School of Electrical Engineering at the University of Pennsylvania lead a government-funded project to build an all-electronic computer. Under contract to their army and under the direction of Hernan Goldstein, work began in early 1943 on ENIAC. The next year, mathematician John von Neumann began frequent consultations with the group.
Hi guys, I'm Navdeep Singh and I will be talking about the history of computers from 1947 to 1948. In 1947, ISO was founded. The International Standards Organization will play an important role in standardizing programming languages and many other generic computers-related subjects like operating systems. The first generation of modern programmed electronic computers was built in 1947. This group included computers using random access memory or RAM, a form of memory designed to give almost instantaneous access to any information stored in memory. Fred Williams, an English professor, developed in cooperation with Tom Kilburn the first random access memory RAM, the Williams Tube, which became a working model late in this year. On December 16, the invention of transistor at Bell Telephone Laboratories by Walter H. Brattain, William Shockley, and John Dean. The transistor preludes the second generation and following generations of computers. On 1948, the US military is now informed about transistors, since they are paying for the bills, as they do with many other research groups in the USA. The developments sometimes do not always have peaceful effects. It is a natural but effective to the kind of business. Two German scientists, Herbert Matare and Heinrich Welker, invent parallel to Shockley and Brattain the junction transistor. January, the magnetic drum is introduced, invented in 1947 by Andrew Donald Booth as a low-energy device that will replace the Williams tube in another few years. But the magnetic drum, which is 2 inches long and 2 inches wide and capable of holding 10 beats per inch, is still very unreliable. IBM is the first manufacturer that translates machine maintenance into a modular system. No longer vacuum tubes or other parts are replaced piece by piece, but the machine is assembled from modules. When the tube burns out, a complete module is replaced, not the tube alone.
In 1958, Chuck Kilby and Robert Noyce unveiled the integrated circuit known as the computer chip. In 2000, Kilby was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work. On April Fool's Day of 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started Apple Computers and rolled out the Apple I. According to Stanford University, this is the first computer with a single circuit board.
In 1999, the term Wi-Fi becomes part of the computing language and users begin connecting to the internet without wires. In 1990, Tim Berners-Lee, a researcher at CERN, the high-energy physics laboratory in Geneva, develops hypertext markup language, giving rise to the World Wide Web. AI, abbreviation for artificial intelligence, refers to the stimulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. The term may also be applied to any machines that exhibit traits associated with a human mind, such as learning and problem solving. It means when most people hear the term artificial intelligence, the first thing they usually think of is robots. That's because big budget film and novels weave stories about human-like machines that wreak havoc on Earth, but nothing could be further from the truth. Antivirus software is a program or set of programs that are designed to prevent, search for, detect, and remove software viruses and other malicious software like worms, trojans, adware, and more. These tools are critical for users to have installed and up to date because a computer without antivirus protection will be infected within minutes of connecting to the internet. The bombardment is constant, which means antivirus companies have to update their detection tools regularly to deal with more than 60,000 new pieces of malware created daily.
Cursor. Cursor is the pointer which appears on the screen controlled by the pointing device such as a mouse or a trackpad. Yung cursor daw, ito yung parang arrow na nakikita natin sa monitor natin so that we can have access to the link para makita natin kung ano ba yung pipindutin natin. Parang nagiging kamay siya pagka meron na tayong apps or link na pwedeng pindutin.
Hi guys, I'm Navdeep Singh. Today I will talk about the terms hacker. Hacker is someone who gets into other people's computer system without permission in order to find out information or to do something illegal. The process called is hacking. Hacking refers to activities that seek to compromise digital devices such as computers, smartphones, tablets, and even entire networks. There are three types of hackers: black, white, and grey hat hackers. Black hat hacker is an individual who attempts to gain unauthorized entry into a system or network to exploit them for malicious reasons. The black hat hacker does not have any permission or authority to compromise their targets. Second is white hat hackers are deemed to be a good guys working within organizations to strengthen the security of a system. A white hat has a permission to engage the targets and to compromise them within the prescribed rules of engagement. And the last one is grey hats. They exploit networks and computer systems in the way the black hats do, but do so without any malicious intent, disclosing all loopholes and vulnerabilities to law enforcement agencies, intelligence agencies.
Icon. In computing, an icon is a pictogram or ideogram displayed on a computer screen to help users to navigate computer system. Icon helps the user to find the file easily. Tinutulungan ng icon ang mga user para mahanap or makita agad ang file na hinahanap nila or kailangan nila ng mabilisan. ISP. ISP is a short term for Internet Service Provider. From the word Internet Service Provider, it is a company that provides internet access to a company or a family or even a mobile users. They use fiber optics, copper wire or anything or any forms of internet to its customers. Nakadepende sa customer nila kung ano bang ba ang gusto nila or anong type of internet connection or internet access ang gusto nila. Halimbawa, for a family, they can use fiber or DSL.
PDF. PDF stands for Portable Document Format. Essentially, the format is used when you need to save files that cannot be modified but still need to be easily shared and printed. Today, almost everyone has a version of Adobe Reader or other program on their computer that can read a PDF file. How does the PDF file work? PDF is a file format that was captured all the elements of a printed document as an electronic image that you can view, navigate, print, or forward to someone else. PDF files are created using Adobe Acrobat, Acrobat Capture, or similar products. PDF is a file extension developed by Adobe that enables users to capture the native appearance of a document.
Podcast. Podcast is an audio file similar to a radio broadcast, which can be downloaded and listened to on a computer, MP3 player, mobile phone, etc. Most podcasts today are audio only. Even though video podcasts do exist, podcasting has really grown out of need for background content. That means something that can entertain you, educate you, or inspire you in the background of other boring or rote activities.
QR code. QR code is a type of matrix barcode first designed on 1994 for the automotive industry in Japan. QR code or QR, short term for quick response. They are used to take some information from transitory media and put it on your cell phone. Ginagamit ang QR code para sa mabilisang pagkuha or pagkalap ng informasyon at ilagay sa mga devices ninyo. Pero meron na rin yan sa Share It para mas mabilis mapasa or mas mabilis ma-access ng isang device ang isa pang device.
What is computer virus? So, in more technical terms, a computer virus is a type of malicious code or program written to alter the way of a computer operates and is designed to spread from one computer to another. A virus operates by inserting or attaching itself to a legitimate program or document that supports Marcos in order to execute its code. Where do computer viruses came from? In the early pre-internet days, viruses often spread from computer to computer via infected floppy disks. The SCA virus, for instance, spread amongst Amiga users on disk with pirated software. It was most harmless, but at one point, as many as 40% of Amiga users were infected. Today, viruses spread via internet.
Podcast.